Leave no one behind. By promoting the rights of vulnerable groups, by creating all the conditions for them to live and to work fully alongside everyone else, we create a tolerant, self-sufficient, rich, inclusive society where everyone can fulfill themselves and be happy. The film is dedicated to the results of the Toward Sustainable Access to Justice for Legal Empowerment in the Kyrgyz Republic, Project Phase 2 from UNDP and the Ministry for Foreign Affairs of Finland. The project is linked to 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals. Goal number 16, Peace, Justice, and Strong Institutions. Goal number 10, Reduced Inequalities. And goal number 5, Gender Equality. The main goal of the project is to widen legal opportunities for vulnerable groups of the population. To achieve the goals, complex and versatile activities were carried out over 4 years together with various project partners. The second phase of the project was implemented from 2018 to 2022 and was carried out in Osh and Churi regions, including the city of Bishkek and the city of Osh. The target groups of the project are rural women and people with disabilities. Phase 2 of the project was focused on the implementation of 2 main areas: creation and development of state-guaranteed legal aid system in the Kyrgyz Republic, and advancing the process of ratification and implementation of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, promoting the rights of women and persons with disabilities. Creation and development of the state-guaranteed legal aid system. The project assisted in the establishment and operation of the State-Guaranteed Legal Aid Coordination Center under the Ministry of Justice. To date, the center has become an independent body with 18 staff members. The center coordinates all activities of the free legal aid system. The regional staff of the center coordinates the activities of more than 400 lawyers of the State-Guaranteed Legal Aid Register. The work of these lawyers is the main and important element of the free legal aid system, as they provide legal assistance to vulnerable groups of the population. State-guaranteed legal aid is provided to the population free of charge, and the work of lawyers is paid by the state budget. Since 2019, the State-Guaranteed Legal Aid Coordination Center's annual budget has been increased to 74 million Kyrgyz soms, while in 2018, it was about 18 million Kyrgyz soms. To improve the quality of legal aid, the quality standards of free legal aid system's lawyers' work, as well as a regulation on the remuneration of lawyers, were developed. These are certain legal mechanisms, according to which a lawyer can receive his fee only if he meets the quality standards of work and in the absence of complaints.
Например, в рамках уголовных дел с 2019 года по 2021 год судами было вынесено 37 оправдательных приговоров. Насколько я знаю, в истории системы бесплатной юридической помощи нашей страны не было таких случаев. И это я считаю таким убедительным результатом того, что система ГГУП в нашей стране начала работать.
The pandemic has shown that it is necessary to continue the professional training of lawyers to comply with the requirements of the law on state-guaranteed legal aid. The Center has developed and implemented an electronic platform to provide an opportunity to receive additional distance professional education and advanced training, as there are high requirements for lawyers. The basic courses, State-Guaranteed Legal Aid System and Consulting in Legal Assistance, were introduced into the platform. To create a fast and efficient system for appointing lawyers, as well as an automated reporting system, the FLA Automated Information System was developed and tested. For the convenience of users, a mobile version was also developed. A new version of the law of the Kyrgyz Republic on state-guaranteed legal aid was developed and adopted. New norms were introduced into the law to expand the legal opportunities of the population. Under the State-Guaranteed Legal Aid Coordination Center, the FLA Development Coordinating Council was also created, which includes more than 80 public organizations and legal clinics from universities. The project supported the State-Guaranteed Legal Aid Coordination Center in coordinating and strengthening cooperation with all subjects of the system. For members of the Coordinating Council and the State Interdepartmental Working Group, a series of trainings were organized on various topics: law, on state-guaranteed legal aid, practice of providing legal assistance, consultation skills, provision of legal assistance in the context of COVID-19, and work in social networks to improve the legal literacy of the population, etc. FLA centers. In the second phase of the project, 7 free legal aid centers were additionally established. In Sokoluk, Kemin, Panfilov districts of Chuy region, in Özgen, Chongalay districts of Osh region, as well as 2 centers in the city of Bishkek.
Ош шаарынын ичинде 3 адвокат жана юстициянын кызматкери катары 4 адам кеңеш берип иштейбиз. Акыс кеңеш берүү борбору күндө ачык бизде. Ал эми адвокаттар графиктин негизинде келип элге кызмат кылышат.
Адамдарга именно баягы ичине кирип сүйлөшкөнүңдө ошол адамдардын көйгөйү чыга баштайт. Көйгөйү чыгып, ооба ушундай маселе туура, ушул мага керек эле, мен ушул маселени да сурабай калган экем, айтпайын дедим эле, жакшы билип алдым, анда деп анан ошол эле адам кайра эле 2-3 күндөн бери 2 жөн ээрчитип келет. Мен жана сизден сурап түшүнүп кетип, баягы сиз айтканда мында да мындай маселе бар турбайбы деп 2 жөн ээрчитип келген учур болот.
More than 70% of the FLA center's clients are women.
Мен мынау чоң кызым 4 баласы менен күйөө балам башка аял алып алгандыгы үчүн кайрылып консультация алып келдим. Чоң күйөө бала болгон үчүн бир үйүмдү сатып, Баткенге үй салдырткам. Ушул акчаларды кайрып алсам болобу? Квитанциялары бар экен. Машина алам десе дагы акча салганмын. Ушуларды консультация алып келдим. Аябай жакшы эле менин оюм боюнча.
Ушул жолдошум ушул кызды окучан деп таштаган. Азыркы учурда өзүм жалгыз карайм кызым. Анан мен ушу кышта келгенбиз, декабрь айында алимент 40 бериңиздер, жардам сурап келгем Айнура эжеге.
The first free legal aid center opened in 2015 in Tokmok City with the support of the UNDP project on widening access to justice. The next center was established in the Moscow district of Chuy region, and then in Bishkek City. To date, 18 centers have been opened under the project. Also, the idea of creating such centers was supported by other donors, the Soros Foundation, Kyrgyzstan, the European Union, and USAID. Currently, there are more than 30 legal aid centers that are free across the country.
Наши партнеры, проект ПРООН «Расширение доступа к правосудию» с 2014 года оказывают нам поддержку. И на протяжении этих лет проект ПРООН оказал огромную поддержку в становлении и в развитии системы гарантированной государством юридической помощи. На сегодняшний день, я не побоюсь этого слова, мы входим в число ведущих, по крайней мере, в Центральной Азии стран в вопросах внедрения передовых стандартов оказания правовой помощи населению.
The idea was brought from France, the Bus of Solidarity initiative. A group of various specialists travel to remote regions of the country and provide free legal aid. Bus of Solidarity specialists can advise people on legal, tax, social, pension, land, notarial, and other issues. To make this initiative more sustainable, UNDP purchased 2 buses for the Ministry of Justice, one for the South region and one for the North region. This enabled the ministry to continue the initiative on its own.
Көрүп турасыңар, тоол айыл болуп эсептелебиз, барып келиш бизге аябай жол беребиз кымбат. Кээде ол жерде барган кызматчыларыбыз дагы жок болуп калышы мүмкүн, убара болуп келебиз. Ошон үчүн бизге ушундай консультация берген долбоор аябай керек чындыгында.
Орукчан кайным бар эле. Анан ошого жанагындай жеңилдиктер болот экен. Такыр жеңилдик алган жокпуз да. Анан ошого кайрылдым эле азыр мына свет боюнча жеңилдиктер берилет дейт. Анан жана дары-дармектерине дагы келет да. Эми Кудай кааласа чогултуп анан тапшырам.
In line with the COVID-19 pandemic, with the support of the project, legal consultations were introduced through the hotline of the Ministry of Emergency Situations, 112. 6 professional lawyers provided daily consultations in Kyrgyz and Russian through hotline 112. Decades of free legal aid were held through the country every year, during which citizens could receive free legal advice. In total, within the framework of the second phase of the project through 17 free legal aid centers, the Bus of Solidarity, Hotline 112, and Decade of FLA, More than 55,000 consultations were provided. The main questions on which citizens apply for legal assistance are registration of social benefits, housing issues, family disputes, domestic violence, drafting legal documents, migration problems, land disputes, and advice on other issues. The project continued to support the Central Data Bank of Legal Information of the Ministry of Justice. Today, the database contains more than 150,000 legal documents. In 2014, the number of users and sessions was about 19,000, but today it has grown to 5 million users.
О функционировании системы гарантированной государством юридической помощи должен знать каждый гражданин нашей страны. И каждый гражданин нашей страны должен понимать, что государство гарантирует ему юридическую помощь.
One of the important achievements of the project is the ratification of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The project organized roundtables, public hearings, expert discussions with the participation of the government and parliament representatives, and large-scale public information campaigns. Currently, the project continues to support the implementation norms of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The project supported development of Priority Action Plan for 2019 to 2021, State Program Accessible Country, regulations on the provision of sign language translation services, database of sign language interpreters with legal specifics. Currently, the database contains more than 60 sign language interpreters throughout the country. Using this database, persons with hearing impairments, as well as representatives of law enforcement agencies, can find a sign language interpreter to accompany them in investigative actions, the conclusion of transactions, court hearings, notarial, and other matters. Conducted analysis of existing legislative acts, government programs, and strategies for their compliance or contradiction with the UN Convention. An international scientific and practical conference was organized, creating institutional mechanisms for the social integration of persons with disabilities. In 2018, for the first time in the country, conducted a survey on identifying negative stereotypes toward rural women and persons with disabilities. The results of the study showed that quite often people with disabilities are perceived in society as deprived, unfortunate, pitied, a burden to the family, society, and the state. All this hinders the socialization and integration of people with disabilities and leads to their stigmatization and discrimination. According to the study, stereotypical thinking is typical not only for ordinary citizens, but also for public servants who develop policies and development programs. They spread and strengthen in the minds of the population through the media and social networks. The results of the study showed existence of widespread stereotypes in society. A rural woman is ashamed to get a divorce, accepts any situation without resistance, and contributes to the persistence of such forms of gender-based violence such as early marriage, domestic violence, and more. To eradicate negative stereotypes, guidelines and training modules were developed for journalists, bloggers, lawyers, judges, representatives of state bodies, as well as for target groups of the project. A lot of work has been done to develop the quality and quantity of media materials about people with disabilities and rural women. 2 online training modules were developed for journalists, bloggers, students, and teachers of journalism departments. A training module on the coverage of disability issues, and a training module, Gender-Sensitive Journalism. The modules were created to assist in the elimination of negative stereotypes and physical, informational, and psychological barriers, and create an inclusive society in which all people are equal and the rights of people are respected. More than 300 journalists and bloggers completed online trainings. The training module on coverage disability issues was adopted as a teaching material for the curricula of 4 universities in the country. 13 leading media outlets signed a memorandum on coverage of disability issues on the basis of the UN Convention principles. Online checklists were developed for journalists and bloggers to cover issues of disability and gender equality. Organized trainings for journalists to cover the electoral rights of persons with disabilities. A series of competitions held among journalists and bloggers with more than 100 professionals participating. A training module was developed for representatives of civil society organizations on the effective promotion and protection of women's and people with disabilities rights. The participants of the training noted in the evaluation forms that the training materials were completely new and at the same time effective and useful. 2 grant projects, Rural Women and Persons with Disabilities, were implemented by consortiums of local non-profit organizations with the aim of increasing project target groups' legal awareness. More than 50 trainings were conducted with the grant projects across districts of the Churi and Osh regions. The results of the trainings were assessed by the number of citizens' appeals to local free legal aid centers, as well as to the specialists of the Bus of Solidarity. After the implementation of grant projects, the number of applications increased by 21%. It should be noted that the number of persons with disabilities who applied for legal assistance increased by 200%. A training module was developed to train civil servants on the norms of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, as well as the correct use of disability terminology. A training module has been developed on the specifics of the administration of justice with the participation of persons with disabilities. A training module for lawyers, peculiarities of conducting cases involving persons with disabilities, has been developed. The module helps judges acquire the necessary skills to handle cases involving persons with disabilities. Both training modules are included in the program of the Higher School of Justice and the Training Center for Lawyers. In total, more than 150 trainings were organized by the project, and 2,776 people took part. Within the project, extensive media campaigns were organized throughout the country on promoting the rights of persons with disabilities, rural women, improving legal literacy and legal culture of the population, information about the FLA system, the quality standards of the provision of legal aid, and others. Adapted media materials on the legal topics created for people with hearing, vision, and other impairments, 24 videos on the ABC of law, 20 videos in video blog format, and 20 podcasts. The materials became popular among target groups. According to them, the videos can be used as legal advice. The websites of the State Guaranteed Legal Aid Coordination Center and the Ministry of Labor, Social Welfare, and Migration are adapted for use by persons with visual impairment. Information materials created with the second phase of the project were posted on pages of popular media, internet publications, and social networks. The total coverage of the project's media products is more than 2.5 million people. In total, about 1,500 media materials were created and distributed during Phase 2. To effectively influence and change the consciousness of society in promoting the rights of women and persons with disabilities, as well as in raising the legal awareness of the population, the project collaborated with domestic filmmakers. The themes of the project were incorporated into the plots of popular films.
Байке, биздин райондо автобус солидарности деген жүрөт. Мыкты адистер иштейт. Атайын алыс жакка оролбогон жарандар үчүн юридикалык маселенин бардыгын чечип берет. Ошол жакка барыңыз.
Баланын богун жууп, суу ташып, кер жууп, тамак жасап эле үйдө отуруш керексиңер. Өсүш керек, окуш керек, аял заты. Туурабы? Жанагы самоизоляцияда, самоизоляция эмес. Самоканализация, жок, самореализация. Самореализация болуш керек. Туурабы? Эмне үчүн араңардан бир айыл өкмөтү чыкпаш керек. Чыгыш керек. Окуш керек, аял заты. Аял заты алга. Алга аял заты.
Regional cooperation of the project with colleagues from Tajikistan has been established. In 2019, a national delegation of 14 representatives from the Ministry of Justice, legal aid centers, legal bureaus, and UNDP of Tajikistan visited Kyrgyzstan to exchange experiences with the Kyrgyz Republic. The world's largest content provider, Thomson Reuters Foundation, showed interest in the activities of the Bus of Solidarity and in 2018 visited the city of Osh, Alay, and Karakulja districts to make a film. In the Global Justice Innovation Forum, which took place in The Hague in 2019, the project on widening access to justice implemented in Kyrgyzstan was named one of the most innovative projects in the region.